Hello, everyone. This is Tidge. I'm gonna try my best to make a tier list. I'm kind of new in this kind of stuff, in the YouTube department, of course. And just a disclaimer, this is just my personal opinion, so there might be several tier lists about the game, and they might differ from my own opinion, okay? So we will just start um, with the ones that cannot go up to 10 stars. As a tank, this is a tank tier list, and those are gonna be Bond Clay and Smoker. To be honest, I don't like Smoker as a filler. So what a filler is someone that cannot go above 9 stars. You're just getting them for the role itself. They won't go any above than that. So I don't like Smoker as a filler. I do like Bone Clay though. He's gonna be at somewhere near, between B and A. He is somewhat decent. Um, because he heals himself, and he sneers the whole line, so he's actually usable as a filler. It's not good. It's not S material. Is not A material as well, but it feels between B and A. Okay, a smoker I don't really like too much because he's a marine. It's just gonna be there to feed other marines, and that's about it. That's at least how I see him. We'll talk next about those that can go up to 10 stars. I think you already saw that Yamato is here. Why is she here? Isn't she a fighter? You ask. Yes, she's a fighter, but due to her skills, you can actually use her as a tank. I would say as a tank, she's A tier because she can mitigate damage with her passive, and with absorb, she's quite good. And with a lot of survivability from your support, she can do the job. She's not S material, but she can do the job. So she's gonna go to A material. So best tank in the game for me is Kaido. No doubts about that. Is just insane. He tanks a lot. He heals himself. Um, he just stores damage in order to give more boost for himself to damage the other crews from the enemies, of course. And this passive is just insane. Like, it's passively is the most broken thing for me in Kaido at the moment, at least at the moment. If they change him or not, it's not up to me to know. But his passive is beyond bonkers. Like being able to stabilize the health bars of everyone with a passive at the start of each turn, that's just amazing. So talking about the best tank, I'm just gonna say the best tank for free-to-play players as well, because Kaido is not gonna be there for free-to-play players. Well, he is, but he is not gonna be as good because it's hard to get Kaido copies, of course. So for me, it's gonna be Brook, and Brook is gonna sit in A tier, but he's the best free-to-play tank, and why? Because you can get him for 20 fame, and that's the lowest fame for a crew you can give. So this is why Brook for me is the best tank. Also, he can revive, and he can heal himself, and he can dish out some good damage, okay? Also, you can ask me why Garp is here. Isn't he a fighter? Same as Yamato. Uh, Garp is actually good because you need to put him in the front line. He's gonna be tanking there, and after 10 stars, Garp will get a passive lifesteal on his skill, of course, and he can proc follow-ups as well. So being on front line for Garp is gonna be essential for his kit, and he can also lifesteal himself through that. So as a tank, for me, is on A, not as a fighter, okay? This is just a list about tanks, okay? We'll get another list about fighters, about magicians, and about support. So even though him and Yamato are fighters. They can fit in the tank role as well, just not being the most useful tanks you will ever get. Okay, they can still do the job, of course, but be sure that as a 10 star, Garp will spike a lot. Oh, Kuma. Kuma is every one of everyone's favorite because you will always get Kuma no matter what in the beginning. Kuma and True, of course. And there's a free to play option is very good. If you get copies and you get him up to 8 star, he's gonna be in your team for quite a while. He can mitigate damage from himself with his passives. He can mitigate damage from others, which is really important, and he can heal himself as well. Also, being in the front line, having a counter attack ability is gonna take defense. Well, at least it has a percentage of taking defense down from enemies while he's counter attacking. So he's gonna be quite a threat, to be fair, in the tank department. But there he is. Kuma is definitely S. Is usual through the early game to the late game. So those kind of crews that you are gonna use them through all the game, all the parts of the game that you are right now, either is it just early game or mid game or late game, is gonna be there for you. All right. So Croco is okay as a filler. Is gonna stay between B and A. He's okay. He's not. Let's say he's not that bad. Okay. He's just not good enough. At least for someone that has four skills. It has a AoE taunt though, and it can mitigate some damage. That's good, but I wouldn't recommend anyone to go forward as a 10 star for Croco. You can do the job as a 9 star, and then you will switch to a definitely better tank. Okay, let's talk about Jinbei. Jinbei for me is either S plus or SSS, triple S, and why is that? Because Kaido just can't be beaten in the best tank department. After Kaido, Jinbei is the best tank. He can do quite a lot of damage, and it's gonna be ignoring defense. He can heal himself. He can protect others with passive. Jinbei is an immense tank, and I will recommend him to everyone, not just free-to-play players, also pay-to-win players. They can fit Jinbei in any team. He's gonna be there to protect your guys, and he's gonna be there healing himself and damaging the opponents. All right. For Bege, he's gonna stay in the same spot as Kuma. There's no doubt. He's really good. He's similar to Kuma. He can also mitigate damage from your crews and Jinbei. Jinbei can do also that in his passive. But the thing is, Bege will always stun a fighter. That's 100% chance to stun a fighter on the opponent team, and it's gonna be quite annoying to face it. Trust me. Even if it's on PvP, either it's in Impel Down, it's quite annoying. You will just get that fighter out of the fight for quite some rounds for the whole fight, and it's gonna matter. It's less DPS that the opponent damage dealer is making. You have to put that in mind, alright? He's pretty good. He stays in the same line as Kuma. Both are S, both can be used throughout the whole game, that's for sure. Now, the last two guys, they are situational. They are S minus for me, both of them, and I will explain them. I will explain Burgess first. So Burgess is S minus or A plus. It's about the same for me. S minus or A plus is the same tier for me, to be fair. And how is Burgess S minus, do you ask me? Because Burgess, it works quite amazing with Luffy New World, with Blackbird New World, and with Katakuri as well. If you don't have access to Kaido and you want to make a good Emperor team, definitely try it out. It gives you CC, which is crowd control. It gives you that juicy stance, and it will give delayed damage to the enemies as well, which is required for the combo I just mentioned with Luffy, Kata, and BB as well. For a Kano, is good. It needs to be in a certain environment to work, and that's why I put him in S minus or A plus tier. You choose it. For me, it's all about the same. But he needs to be in a full marine team. At least that's what I think, because it will give AoE pierce to everyone, so you will need to be one of the first guys to attack to lower the defense of everyone. After that, you can get the nukes up, and when you hit him, you will actually get some sort of delayed damage on the enemies, and you will need crit rate to trigger it. So you will need Tsuru together with him to give him some sort of crit rate as well, and also damage reduction for his passive to work. But Kano is really someone with the right comp that he will definitely shine. Well, for now, for this tier list of tank, that's all. I'm still quite new in this type of stuff. I will gladly take every type of criticism. Is it bad or good? What do you think of the tier list? Is there something you would change? What could I improve on? Like I said, I'm really just starting with this YouTube thing. I don't have an intro yet. I suck at that type of stuff. But I want to help people, and I want to be here for you guys and try to be useful as much as possible. Chill out, guys. For now, that's all. Have a good night.